That's I don't know if you heard that, but that's the Zoom. The Zoom now, they've put it on there now. I'm pretty certain that's down to the dirty, because when he used to phone the police up or phone certain people up, like, and record them by using Zoom, it never used to say this meeting is now recording, but every time you do now, and I can't figure out how to switch that off. But like when I used to be on the phone, I used to get the phone, if somebody phoned me up or whatever, and you want to get them. I used to switch it on and do it, but now you can't do it because it tells the whole frigging. Well, I suppose you can mute it. I suppose I could mute the computer just while I started the record. Anyway, hi Richard, hi Nora. So yeah, basically, with the information that I've seen and collating that, putting it together and making logical sense of it, yeah. Realistically, guys, because we are the power. The people are the power, No one has any more power than you or me. We're all equal. It's a level playing field. The only thing is the knowledge and how life, how we find ourselves at this particular point in time, and with the information now that's being presented to the men and women of the world via the internet, which our fathers, our mothers didn't have the opportunity of that, so bless them, for them to know what they knew was phenomenal, for them to be as there was, because the information wasn't out there. And the programming and the indoctrination and the fear-based mind control was then, as is now. I'm not going to say it's any worse or less. It's still the same. We've all been gone through it. There's not one single person out there that I know of, and not one single man or woman out there, that hasn't really gone through an indoctrination. Some may not have gone to school, so they may not have had so much of an indoctrination as in via the school, which would be more of the do as you're told, just go with it, because that's what was all. We were never really allowed to ask questions. They wanted to knock that out of you. And with the fluoride, I take it everyone's been basically that, unless they're living off, whatever. They've been brought up with healthy parents that knew to filter the waters and stuff like that. I didn't. I never had that. We were drinking tap water just like everybody else, when I was growing up. So, we've all gone through all the same poisons, and we're all eating the junk food and that. So, obviously a lot more people nowadays have got a lot more healthier. And so, there is definitely an upbringing of a lot of more freer thinking people that are more in control of their faculties. They're in control more of their mind, and more or should I say less poisons within inside themselves to so that they can think more clearly, and they've got more get up and go in them, more stand up and say that to stand up and say no, to back and down. Yeah, I was somebody that I just sent that video to, the one that Mark Christian Christopher did today. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah, that basically, with what's going down, with what's happening, what's rolling out in front of us, with the genocide, with the people that are having their children stolen, their houses stolen, with all the array of different things that we're all going through, yeah. And really, ultimately, as John Manoa stated, it's like Puff the Magic Dragon, because it's all fiction, and it's all fear, and the fear is the lacking of the knowledge of knowing what it is. Well, you don't necessarily have to have the knowledge, people. We don't need to actually have the knowledge. The only thing that we need to do is remain calm, not react, and command, yeah, whatever's being brought in front of us, i.e. letters, words that are being brought on them paper, to make the people that are asking the question clarify, yeah, exactly what it is they're saying to you. Don't give an answer. Never give answers. Yeah. When people are speaking to you, you know, i.e. like the courts and all this lot, remember when they're not speaking to you as the man and woman. They're never speaking to the man and woman. All of your court documents that's coming through is always coming to your legal fiction, meaning the all caps guy. Now, you know, if you, I mean, and to be truthful, to get, I mean, when someone explains to you about the fact that, you know, when we was born, you know, they created another you to your placenta, which was the legal fiction. You know, when people can understand that, you know, you can get that. But the difficult bit is because we're of an age now, and we've used that all the way through our lives. So it's become a very bad habit to use something, yeah, without taking control of it. Some people go down the routes of taking control of it, yeah, trademarking it, you know, copywriting it, you know. Some people just completely lose it. Some people have just completely lost it, do not use it, and only use their name that they was born with. Like my name was Andrew. I was born with Andrew. So you know, there's different ways of going, of getting rid of, should I say, either getting rid of or taking control of what is attacking us. Basically, it's ourselves that's attacking ourselves, because we are the ones that are messing up. We are the ones that are screwing up. But the reason we're screwing up is because of what we've had as an upbringing, through the indoctrination, through the television, through the people that are around us, because that's all they've ever known. Yeah, and they've never argued about the fucker. They've just gone along with it because that's the way the system has made them. Not to stand up, but that's why the fluoride in the water has reduced you to, so that you just accept it, you know. Hi Andrew, hate to leave your live alone this time. Would love to have heard everything you said this afternoon. It sounded so informative. I only heard about 10 minutes before we interfered with your live. Yeah. Well, basically, this is what really, as far as I'm concerned, is it's the no-brainer. It's what is. It's the way it is. There's more. There's obviously the deceptions on how they've deceived us or tricked and trapped us. There are so many layers of it, i.e. with the language, the fact that they speak legalese, which looks and sounds like English, but it isn't, because the words have got different definitions. But we speak English, and we was educated with English, taught with the Oxford Dictionary, but they don't speak that. You know, the courts that are trying to trick and trap us, they're speaking legalese, which is not English. You know, this is not the same. And, you know, you might as well be speaking French and German. But if we were speaking English and the courts were speaking in German, you would see it plain as day. You would see the fact that, hang on, I don't understand a word you're saying here. Can I have a translator? But the point is, yeah, because you can't see it, because it sounds exactly the same, this is how they deceive you. So when you walk into a court, the court is not speaking English. No courts speak in English. They're speaking legalese. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, you're sitting there talking to them. The judge is talking to you. And you think you're getting somewhere, and you're not. You're getting yourself into trouble because you're speaking instead of making them verify the language that they're speaking. We need to take control. We are the ones that need to remain in control. And the one that remains in control is the one that stays on the higher ground, which is asking. Anybody who makes a claim carries the burden of proof. You've been dragged into there because they've made a claim. Now, if they've made a claim, now they have to substantiate that claim and provide the material evidence to substantiate that claim that will corroborate what they say. Yeah, because what say and what is true is not necessarily the same. So you can't just take their word for it. If you're taking their words, you've just killed yourself. You've hung yourself. Look what happened to John Patterson. You know, John Patterson went into a court case that was never a court case. It was not a court case. The courts themselves verified to the fact that it was never a court case. So why did John do what he did? Well, I'll tell you for why John did what he did. Number one, he's just like anybody else. And if going back not so long, not even a year, not even probably 6 months. I don't know how. I mean, when I noticed exactly on this particular point, because you've got the fact. There's many different ways, you know, even with the Baron David Ward, to the fact that, you know, no consent was ever given. All of the laws, yeah, requires the consent of the governed to be able to be enforced. So therefore, if you've never given the consent, it doesn't matter. None of their bullshit matters anyway, because you can't enforce it on you. The only law is the fact, yeah, which is the law, which is cause no harm, loss, or injury. If you caused harm, loss, or injury, there is going to be a victim. Now, if there's a victim, then bring it on, because it's my word against his. As John Manoa said, I'm my own competitive witness. If I've done no wrong, yeah, no man can come and claim that I've done wrong and provide any material evidence to substantiate what they're claiming. That means they'll be perjuring. And I'll be able to prove that they're perjuring because they will not be able to prove their claim. And I will be able to rescind and rebut whatever they're saying, because I'll know they'll have no physical evidence to substantiate what it is they're saying. And if they can bring another witness, well, yeah, you can get people collaborating together, but you can soon pick that together. You can soon pull that to pieces when you bring them on the stand, because you've got your own words with these people. You can whoever you're facing your accuser and whoever's making an accusation over you, you've got your right to speak to them and pull them to pieces on that fucking stand. If only we was to ever have a court, yeah. I mean, I've been for 6, I'd say 6 years. For 6 years, I've known that we've got no courts. You know, I know we've got no courts. The courts are completely corrupted. You know, these are foreign vessels in dry dock. You know, I don't think I don't personally know of a case where there's been a man and a man in a court. There may be some of these, but yeah, I've not heard of them. I've not seen one. You know, I've not seen a court of record. You know, I've not seen a jury with a court of record that's been done properly with all the procedures done. I've not actually seen it done. I mean, I know that Anthony Baddelou got a jury, but that there was no record of a court. So the jury, where did the jury come from? What you've got to bear in mind here is, yeah, Anthony Baddelou stood in front of a fucking jury of 12, and that jury of 12 people found him guilty of trespassing in his own house. Where did this jury of 12 people come? What do you want, Matt? Get up. Get better. Get up. So, you know, when you're a public servant and you've got this power that you've been given, which is zero, by the way, because you've got zero power. The only authority you've got as a public servant is doing what you're fucking there to do. Not, oh, what is it? Oh, well, because you're all working in it together, yeah. You can do all your little trickery to boot. Because why? Because the people were duped. The people were tricked from birth, yeah, and given a fictitious name that they created, that they control. Because remember, the people make the government. The people control the government. The government serves the people. However, the government created the person, so they control the person. And that's what all this is all about, you know? Thought we had King's Bench. Isn't a court where 13 good folks meet. We have got, that's all there, but where are the people? You know, That flag there still stands, guys. That flag still stands. Yeah, nobody yet has ever proven that flag is incorrect. Nobody has proven everything that John Winnower stated is incorrect. What has been done is they have proved to the fact that they can't touch any of his facts. What has come to the fact, they've gone through everything of John's, they've gone through all of his paperwork, photocopied it, they've gone through all of his data, and the worst thing, even with the psychiatrist there, the worst they could do was throw him out of the country because he was a threat to the Queen. I'll say Queen in brackets, because how can it be the Queen when John's evidence proves that she's a third party to a two-party contract, and it was the Kings that's there? If it was the Kings, the contract was between the Kings, not a Queen. The Queen is a third party, and she's not. She's just a corporation, as you know. That corporation is a part of the other corporations that control Australia, New Zealand, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to say. It gets too big and complicated for people. I was trying to bring that through. You know, it was very complicated for me to understand. You know, it was very complicated for me, and I was trying to get that in and bring this evidence, and bring this information to the British, you know, English people. You know, I was trying to bring that through because this was not just for the English people, this was for the world, because it was a world flag, and it gave an answer for us all. Because at the end of the day, if we don't know it, and if you don't know it by now, who the evilness is in this world is the Bar Association. This is the evilness in this world. Yeah. So it's the Bar Association that we need to bypass. Well, that flag bypassed the Bar Association, because the Bar Association is equal to the sandbar, because all flags are maritime. All courts are foreign vessels in dry dock. So therefore, they have to come across the sandbar to get into their foreign vessels in dry dock. The sandbar is equal to the Bar Association. The Bar Association run all the courts. So you have to go to be a bar member to be in the legals. Well, we didn't need any of that because we bypassed the sandbar, because we are on the land with this flag. We are already on the land. We don't need to go into any of their foreign vessels in dry dock. We can hold our court on the land. Yeah. But who's going to enforce it? Who's going to enforce it? You know, what did I get when I brought that through to you? Ooh, yeah, I got attacked left, right, and centre, didn't I? Yeah, got attacked. What did John get? Attacked left, right, and centre. Here is a man trying to bring back closure for the world with a flag that with every single man, woman, and child can have, with the jurisdiction of the land, air and water, but with the jurisdiction of the land, yeah, with the common law, with God's spirit law within this flag, that they don't need to go into any of their foreign vessels because you're already on the land. You don't have to go through the Bar Association because you're already on the land. You can hold your courts on the land. And this is what I was saying to all the common law people. You know, who created common law? There is no common law yet. There is no law. You know, define who created law. Did God come down here? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. God made man all equal, didn't he? So if God made man all equal, who's created this law then? Huh? We're only going to come from a Bible, yeah? And in the Bible it says, yeah, God gave us dominion over the land, air, and water. Well, hang on then. That means we're all equal. So I am the law. You're the law. We are all the law. We are the law. So what is the only law? Well, the law is cause no harm, loss, or injury. Yeah, that means if I've caused you harm, I've lost my rights. I've now become lienable because I've done wrong. I've got my unalienable rights because I'm being correct. It's only when I'm incorrect that I've broken my right. I've lost a right, and you've got every right. You know, my rights end where your rights begin, and your rights end where my rights begin. And if you're doing no wrong and I'm doing no wrong, we're equal. This is a level playing field, guys. It's only if I do wrong that I lose my rights, yeah? If you do the paper, do you lose benefit? And has anyone used this to walk free and sued? See, I don't claim benefits. I left the system, right? I don't claim benefits. I don't go down that road. I was trying to find out who I was. Why do I need to be a part of the system that I don't want? It's fucking corrupt, it's dirty, it's horrible. These benefits, you know damn well if they're giving you something, they're giving it something to take it away. You know, and the benefits are never to you anyway. So you're claiming to be a dead man or a dead woman to claim this. Yes, did I remember if only they had listened to you? Yes, you did. I remember if only they had listened. It's still there, guys. That flag's still there, you know? And at the end of the day, that flag still stands. The Navy themselves said they are obligated to it, okay? You've got the people that will say about, again, you're saying about the 1666 SQV trust. The trust, well, hang on here, guys. That 1666 trust, or the Queen Victoria Trust, is the gold. Well, hang on here. Now, the Swiss Indo, which is the gold, yeah, it's the same thing. It's one and the same thing, right? See, the trust, how that works. You see, this is. I mean, there's a guy that did a very good explanation on it, and about, you know, your debt and your credit, yeah, and you've been given it. This is what's floating on the stock exchange. This is what comes out of your trust, and when you die, yeah, it gets leveled off, and then what's left, they steal it because no one's there to claim it. John Winnow was actually going over there to claim that. They owed John Winnow £16 million, which, by the way, John was putting all this into the business for the people. You know, you have to remember. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know whether Nathan Kurtz and the rest of them, whether they were just fucking stupid cunts that took in the bullshit from the Homestead lot. Which are, if you don't know who they are, then you should do by now. You know, I don't know whether he's a part of all that. To me, they were so determined. It was like, I don't know. It could have been a scaredness thing. It could have been a scaredness thing about him, because there was the people that was in the Dragons that was coming over to me, and they were sort of like lose. I don't know what. I did not want any followers. I never wanted any followers. I'm just a simple man over here on his Jack Jones. Got no one around in Greece to talk to because I don't speak Greek, and the majority, well, the English area, they are oblivious to what is going on in this world. Oblivious. No, there's one Norway. There used to be one English guy over here that knew about the money, the financial, the Federal Reserve, the Rothschilds, and so on and so forth. But about the bigger picture, about what's going out, with the pharmaceutical, and the bigger picture of what's happening right now. What I said was coming. I said this was coming in 2016. I said what was coming before. I bet you I was the first, because I was the first one. I found the Deagle site. I never saw it anywhere on Facebook. Nobody showed it, but I showed that Deagle site back before the vote on the referendum, shall I say, for the Brexit, before June, was it June 2016? So before the actual before they voted to get out of Brexit, I showed you what was coming with the FEMA camps, with the what's this and all this lot. I'm not bigging myself up by doing this. I'm telling you, I did this. I've lost so many accounts. People would even, I've lost thousands. I'm not thousands. I've lost many accounts. Okay. I kept having my accounts being stripped off. I've lost a lot, YouTube. I've lost a lot of all sorts. Yeah, I've had a battle and a half. In fact, I mean, John Patterson's was probably one that got me too much, because that's why I've been off as well. I'm going down the beach every day for a swim, to ground myself and whatever, because my eyes were all going yellow, my liver was packing up on me. I went to this holistic, this reflexologist, and she said that you're attacking yourself with your emotions, because that's what these little hoax dead lot do, and these other idiots that do all this. They attack me so that that I'll get fucking angry, like John Patterson and all this lot, and I'll start ranting it off, and then I just get my channel shut down. you know, or they'll use that against me, just like they have on John and everybody else. So I bite my tongue, and I've been biting my tongue for a long time now, and that's been emotionally affecting me, and my liver was packing, you know, and there was a lot, but I'm back to being okay again now. But this is through the attacks. I'm under constant attack. I was under constant attack, and for what? And for what? For trying to help you help me. I've been trying to help everybody. I've been trying to bring a solution for us all so that we can help. As far as I'm concerned, we're all one. We're not all one. We're all individuals, but ultimately 3 + 3 = 6. And we can all understand the same. We've all got our own individual wants and needs, our own desires, and you know, our own abilities. We're all good at something different, you know, because that's what we want. But ultimately, we can all understand the same. And ultimately, we're all one in soul, in spirit, you know. But there's people out there. There's the animals, really. They've lost their soul. They don't remember who they were when they're born, through whatever reasons. Yeah, either being abused and tortured by being brought up in a you know, in a sick fucking family, which you can see what all these bankers and these priests and well, you know what they're doing to these fucking poor kids. So, you know, there's some explanation to why these people can be such psychopaths, because they've had their soul, their inner child's lost, you know, and all they know is how to hate, because that's all they've been brought up with. So, you know, these people that are doing it, I don't have to, it's not about forgiving any of those people. I can't forgive them. I can't forgive them. It's not about me forgiving them. All I can do is forgive myself for what I've been doing in my life up until I was 47 years of age and started to do the research and realize that, oh my fucking giddy-hearty, you know, oh my giddy-hearty. And I've been doing all this, you know, and like I said to you, I picked out the one thing that really fucking, because obviously it was the pharmaceutical industry that I was, that brought me out of it, brought me out of my fucking trance, made me fucking take that one step inwards and give an honest answer to myself. What do you really know, Andy? Tell me the fucking truth now, Andy. What is it you really know for a fact? What is it you know? You know, and I had to be honest with myself. I know fuck all. And now with the research that I've done, I'm like, my fucking God, not only do I know fuck all, I now know what I used to think I know. Jeez. And I've been doing that. And I've been doing this. And I've been thinking I've been right. And I've been an evil bastard. But I wasn't an evil bastard. But I was being an evil bastard by doing those things. But people do that all the time now. People are still going around there doing it now. But they don't see it as evil. You know, how many people have gone and encouraged people to go and take a vaccine when it's not a vaccine? You know, you've all got that on your plates, guys. How many people have fucking come and said bad things about certain people and that they were good people? You've got that on your mind, guys. That's you. You've created that fucking karma for yourself. Karma, or whatever you want to call it. But you fucking done that wrong. And I've done my wrongs. And I can only forgive myself for what I've done. You know, like I said to the people when they used to call me, like, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, the $64,000 question, if you remember, I used to always ask, are you a fucking paid troll? Or are you just a fucking nice guy that listens to these? And by nice, I mean fucking stupid and ignorant. Sorry for the swearing. I'm trying to cut out the swearing. Yeah. Feel sorry for John Patterson. He did well. Disgusting what they have done to him. It was such a shame because he was there. But when you can't see it, you can't see it. And bear in mind, yeah, they'd been poisoning him for near on a year. You know, there was no way that he was going to understand to the fact that, what do you mean? This is all make-believe. What? Do you mean that the CPS, the police, the judge, the clerk, do you mean that, what, they're all working, what, my own lawyer, who's, what, they're all in it together. John, they're all in it together. No, John, if you don't get rid of the lawyer, you're fucked. No, he's good. John, the only reason you're in prison is because of your lawyer. No. Couldn't get it through to him. But I'm telling you now, and I verified that as fucking 100% fact, that's true. That fucking judge knew full well what she was doing. She knew full well she was trafficking the fucking man, John, through the legal fiction name. She knew full well, yeah, that there was no information ever laid at a court. There was never a proceedings issued by a court. She knew this, that judge. 100% guaranteed. That judge knew that because I fucking hit her with it 100%. She knew 100% that was never a court case. But by all intents and purposes, just like fucking Coronation Street isn't real, by the way, guys, for those idiots out there that still believe it is, they go into the pubs talking about, oh, did you hear about Dairy? Oh, yeah, she got fucking, yeah, and did. Fuck's sakes, guys, it's a TV program. It's not real. Just like the court, it's not real. Wake up, smell the coffee. Get a bit of smelling salts under your nose. You're in a trance. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. This is the real world now. You're in real world. And when you fuck about in the real world, you get real consequences. John, don't speak. Do not fucking make a plea. It's not a court case. You only have to answer to the questions, i.e., what's in the court case? John, there's no court case. What are you making a plea to? There is no fucking case to answer to, John. Couldn't get it through to him. Made a plea. Why did he make a plea? Because his lying lawyer said it was. Even though his lying lawyer gave two case numbers, which were neither a court case number. One was a fucking reference number to God knows what, because the court didn't know what the fuck it was. And the other one was the CPS's number. Yes, that's right. The CPS. The criminals, guys. The CPS. Yes, the criminals. Because there was never an information laid to the court for the court to issue the proceedings. Therefore, it had no authority of the court. But they still took him in prison. That's because they're all working together to fucking fleece his fucking fund, his SQV, his legal fiction. None of the court case was ever entered to John Patterson, the man. It was to the John Patterson, all capitals, which is the legal fiction birth certificate bond, you know? But there wasn't much about that, really, was it? Because they wanted to get John Patterson out of the way. Why? Because of the 100-page document that he was taken into the fucking, them other lying scumbags, yeah, that you've got working in the Ministry of Defence. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. This is what you've got, guys. You've got these fucking organisations, these corporations pretending to be something that they are not. And what we need to do as men and women, not the legal fiction, ditch the fucking birth certificate. Yeah, you are not the birth certificate. You're the man or the woman. Yeah, my name is Andrew. My mother named me and my father named me Andrew. Yeah, I don't give a flying fart to what any other bastard in this world, what dirty, deceiving, black magic, trickery, doogery, dirty piece of scumbag, yeah, decided to try and trick me, yeah, by saying, oh, we'll give you a bond so that when you become the age that you can access this bond and all this. Why didn't they teach you this in school, guys? We'll give you something because we know with that ability, we can harvest you. We can salvage you. And because you're not aware of it, you'll utter the words that, yes, to when we call you Mr. Divine, or yes, when I call you Andrew Divine, so that I can capture you as the legal fiction, because I'm a dirty bastard tricker and deceiver. That's all they did with John. Yeah, it's funny, when I was speaking about the birth certificate about 2014, everybody laughed at me, and all of a sudden people wake up and raise their eyes. Yeah, I watched the demon enter a friend So cold after taking a couple of lines of coke, returned like the devil. I want to sue benefits as anyone taken John paperwork and done what he was doing, but this why give up? I've not given up on John. John has asked me to stand down. John Patterson has asked me to stand down, and well, not just John, somebody else is helping him now, and that's why I do what I do. I'm not. It's not that John isn't still on my mind. I know exactly what's happened to John, but the point is, I can't. You know, I can't speak for John. I can't stick my hand up his arse and fucking make his lips move. If I could, he wouldn't be in there now. Okay? Because all he had to ever say, and that's what I said to him, all you've got to say in the court, John, is I have never been served with any proceedings issued by the court. That's it. Say it 3 times and say there's no fucking case here to answer to without prejudice, then walk the fuck out. It's no court case. This is fuck all. You're a bunch of bastards. You're a bunch of criminals. Prove me wrong. Provide me the material evidence to substantiate that I'm wrong, because I'm making a claim. This is not a court case. And unless there's a fucking case management file with the fucking all the information in there that, you know, that you're saying these are proceedings. He was given proceedings. He said to me that these people like Katie Bourne, Gilly Jones, Ricky Dearman, DC Steve Martin, and whatever that whore from fucking Hoaxhead was, Karen Irving, he said they'd made statements. Well, and he said they've said this and this and this. And I said, John, that's hearsay. That's hearsay. John, I says, have you seen that they've said this? You see, yeah, I got something. I says, John, did that come from the court? It come from my lawyer. I said, John, did that come from the court? The court has to serve you those proceedings. If it didn't come from the court, it's not a fucking court case. That means if those fucking pieces of paper are not in the case, they're not, and you only have to answer to what's in the case. There is no case. You have nothing to answer to, John. Stop talking about these fucking pieces of paper, will you? Because they're not in the case. They're not in the fucking case. But I couldn't get it through to them. And they knew they'd got him. They'd stuck, I told you, they fucking poisoned him for a year beforehand. You know, John will do the way he does it. John will do the way he's got to do. You know, he took away my power of attorney and went his own way. So that was that. So, but the point here is, I mean, and it's the same. This is what I was basically saying earlier. The same with that girl that was taken, that 14-year-old girl. You know, you've got to put this in perspective, guys. We're all equal, yeah. I've got a right to say. You've got a right to say. Anything's contract, yeah? I've got my terms and conditions, you've got your terms and conditions. If we don't agree, there's no contract. On your way, jog on, monkey boy. I don't want fucking no do with you, okay? But my terms and conditions are, if you make a claim, you verify it, and you provide me the material evidence to substantiate that claim is true. Because I'm not taking your word for it, mucker, because you're a bunch of lying bastards. Sorry, I ain't having it. So, there was a policeman there. That means there's a policeman. That means there's a man acting as a policeman. Now, that policeman is a constable. Yeah? If he's not a constable, he's not a fucking policeman. I'm not talking about a police officer, because that's not law. I'm not interested in that bullshit, because that only applies if I've given the consent to it to apply to me. I've never given that consent to it. And if they're going to make a claim that I have given consent, they better provide the material evidence to substantiate that claim, which will be my wet ink signature on a consent form to be governed. Well, I've never done that, thank you, and nor have any of you out there, by the way. And the Baron's fucking proven that, so that's game over on that scenario. Yeah, so all we have to deal with is the law. You know, who is the man or woman to bring forth the claim that says I, the man, has caused them any harm, loss, or injury? Let me see the affidavit. Let me see what I have to rebut here, guys. What is it I'm meant to have done? Who's the man that makes the claim? Who's the woman that's made the claim? Because you're as a constable, police constables, right? Yeah, they're there as peacekeepers. You know, a police constable's got every right to do their job, and God bless all the police constables that are being police constables. But that police constable's got an honour, you know, because he's sworn on an oath, yeah, to serve the people. Well, I'm a people. That 14-year-old girl's a people. So all that 14-year-old girl was needed to say was, "Hey, are you here? Are you sworn on your oath?" He said, "Yeah." Can I see your identification? Yeah. And you speak to him as his name. I'm speaking to you as the man that is now, yeah. And I'm putting you as the man that is acting as that constable. I'm putting you under the penalty of perjury in your individual and private and individual capacity, yeah, to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I want the truth. That woman over there, she said she's got a dole's order. She said she's got an order from the court. Right. And I explained this, and I'll explain it again. You know, the children, yeah, that don't understand, right, that years gone by, everyone knows what a car is. So we'll pick on the MOT certificate and an insurance note. Years gone by, yeah, the insurance note and the MOT certificate didn't used to be on the computer database, right? And when people used to get pulled over in a car and asked to produce, and if they didn't have their MOT certificate because the car was not MOT'd or not insured, yeah, the policeman would give them a producer where they would have to go within 7 days to the police station and produce the MOT certificate and the insurance document. So, right then, if someone's got pulled over and they haven't got an insurance and MOT certificate, they used to come to certain people, and then certain people used to find them an MOT certificate and an insurance document. Right? They may have a book of cover notes from the insurance company that somebody had nicked or somebody had got out of the insurance company, and so they may have an MOT fucking, because the MOTs used to be little square things. Used to be a book of 100, yeah, and you used to have a little like this type of thing, yeah. It used to have like this. It used to like an embossed seal. Used to clamp. So. You used to be able to write out your own insurance. You used to be able to write your own MOT out, go to the police station, produce these 2 documents. They'd say, "Thank you very much, on your way," right? But nowadays, you see, they brought in this computer larky to capture it, and it avoids all this now because the MOT certificate's nothing really now. You don't even need a paper, because when the copper pulls you over now, they've got that little P&C check thing, like, and it fucking you before you even got out of the car. They know whether your car's insured, they know who owns it, where you live, whether you've got a driving license. They know the fucking whole lot because it's all on the computer nowadays. Yeah, so they don't need to ask whether it's fucking MOT'd or insured because they know, because it's all on their computer. Well, this is all I'm trying to say to you guys is, hang on here. How they caught the fucking people out from doing this? Well, they exposed themselves, didn't they? So hang on, they've got a court case now. Whoa, we've got a court case, have we? So it's a court case, is it? So that means, yeah, there's an information been laid at a court. And that means that the court has issued the proceedings to the people, whoever the person is that they want to invite towards the court for the hearing. And they've got proof that that man or woman has been served with the proceedings issued by the court. Yeah, must have been, yeah. Or better still, if there's a warrant, yeah, if there's a warrant, then there's going to be if there's a warrant, then not only has that warrant got to be generated by something that's been issued by the court, therefore there's going to be a case file somewhere what it's been issued to, because somebody's either failed to attend court or so on and so forth. But if they failed to attend court, then it's got to have been a court. Now the court is the paper, yeah, and therefore it's inside a case. And they must have that on a computer database, just the same way as your MOT certificate and everything else. It's simple, guys. I don't know how much easier it is. I mean, when Anthony Baddeley pointed this point out, it was like, wow, so easy to catch them out. So this stops the case because there is no case, right? Now that woman, yeah, as I was going back to that policeman, if that girl had told that police constable, yeah, under the penalty of perjury, yeah, so you put him on the spot, that if he says that paperwork's legit, he's just lied. Because now you're going to say, that woman over there has just stated, she's just made a claim, yeah, and the maximum law states he who makes the claim carries the burden of proof. Now go and get that fucking piece of paper off that woman and tell me whether that's legit, and see and check up on the computer system if the court has issued it. And on that piece of paper, it better have an embossed seal and a wet ink signature from whoever it fucking was that issued it. Otherwise, you've got in your hand the evidence of a crime, because that is counterfeit documentation. And you need to go and arrest that woman, because she's trying to enforce a piece of paper making out that it's a warrant, and it's not. That's fraud. That's many things. That's kidnap. They kidnap that girl. Because I will guarantee you that fucking piece of paper that they said was a fucking warrant was not a warrant. 100% it won't be. Guarantee it. Everyone that I've done, none of them. This is what I'm trying to say. There are no fucking courts. The CPS is running it, and the police is enforcing it. You're in a triad. Your police, your courts, and the council. The council are hiring the court buildings. The council are hiring the court buildings, for God's sakes. The council can't hire the court building. I didn't know the court building was for hire. What's going down here? That means if they've hired it, it's no different. See, Anthony even pointed out, with the Royal Courts of Justice, you can hire the building, you can hire the room. You can hire the room. We could hire the room, guys. We could go and hold a court case in there. That's what Anthony was saying. We should hire it and just go and have a fucking party up there. We'll make a makeshift court case in there, and we'll do it all that. We'll get them all done. Point is this, guys. The same as what they did to Teddy. They went around and enforced an unenforceable warrant, because it was never a warrant. Why are they calling it a warrant? Hang on, if I have a £20 note, yeah, and I have a fucking Monopoly £20 note, yeah, would you call that the Monopoly? You would just, that's a piece of paper. That's a game. That's a piece of paper out of a game. This is. It's both. It's all fucking same, to be truthful, because this is just a fucking piece of paper. It's backed by nothing. The same as the Monopoly fucking money. But the point is, you can take this one into a shop, and they can't do you for saying it's counterfeit, because it isn't counterfeit, because it's a real £20 note. Yeah. But if someone gave you a counterfeit £20 note, you're not going to accept it. If somebody gave you a counterfeit logbook for a car, yeah, and they just nicked a car, stuck some different number plates on it, yeah, and give you a fucking counterfeit logbook to it and bought the car, are you going to keep that car? No. That logbook is fucking null and void. You receive stolen goods. You better have a receipt for it. You better have a receipt for it, or you're going to get done for the fucking theft of it. You better know who it was that who you bought it off. Otherwise, you've bought stolen goods, or you stole it yourself. If you can't prove who you got it off, then you're left with a lump. You're done with it, mate. Yeah, quite simple, really. Like I say, they've given you all the difference. They've shown you how to catch you out. So great. Now you've shown us how to catch you out. These are our fucking public servants. They've sworn on an oath, guys. They've sworn on an oath, and they've signed a contract. So those laws apply to them. Because remember, we didn't consent. We have never given a wet ink signature on no consent form for those acts and statutes to apply to us, but they have. They've signed a contract. So they do apply to the police and all the rest of them. Fact. That's it. Done. They've signed a contract, mate. They're a member of that corporation. Those acts and statute rules and regulations within inside that corporation apply to its staff, and those police are the staff. Same as the government, what we call a government. Yeah, that corporation, them MPs and everything else, it applies to them because they've signed a contract. But it don't apply to the men and women out here. Because why? Because we men and women are the ones that control the government, but I don't see none of us out there. I don't see many of us out there, enough of us out there. Because why? Because they're still walking around as the fucking dead entity, pretending, practicing necromancy, walking around, showing their fucking passport and their fucking driving license and using their birth certificate name, that legal fiction name. Answering to it, which is the worst thing of all, answering to that birth name, you know? And remember, that's dead. So hang on, you want to give a voice and you're going to speak as a dead entity? How are you going to have a voice? Does a dead man speak? A dead man can't speak. So how can you expect to be heard going as a legal fiction? If you're going to be heard, you're going to stand there as a man or a woman. You can't be fucking heard as a fucking legal fiction. And if you're going as a man or woman, are you going to go and speak to a fiction? Are you going to go? Would you go and speak to a fucking brick wall? Because it's a corporation. I'm speaking to a corporation. I'm waiting for an answer. Hi, Mr. Corporation. You know, you'd fucking section me. You'd get me sectioned, man. I'm sat there talking to a fucking brick wall. How you doing, Despiana? How you doing, darling? Long time no see. Hopefully you can all hear this. But this is the simple point. It's because they've got us all crazy, guys. They've had us all crazy because they tricked and duped us. This is what I'm trying to say. You're stupid. You can't fix stupid. I can't fix stupid. The only stupid thing that I can fix was myself. And I was made stupid and I fixed myself. How? Very simple. I took one step inwards and said, be truthful. Give me the honest answer. What do you know? Fuck all. Absolutely nothing. I know what I think, but everything I thought, now I've had a look and seen the truth, tells me I'm a fucking dickhead. I've been had one over. Fool me once, shame on you bastards. Because you bastards out there, you fucking courts, you've all that system, shame on you, you bastards, for not telling us who we really were and duping us into making us think who we're not. You bastards. So shame on all yous like you bastards. But I'll tell you what, shame on me if I allow them to fucking get past it again. I'm good. Can't wait to be free of our can't wait to free ourselves from all the lies and corruption. It's all out in the open now. Like I say, you know, and I've always said it and I'll keep saying it, you know, if you want to know what the problem is, go and look in the mirror. And what's staring back at you is also the solution, you know, because you are the solution. You're not stupid, by the way, guys, but you're being stupid by not admitting you're stupid. If you think you know something, you're a dickhead. You're an arsehole. You're an absolute fucking pain in the arse because you are what is the problem in this world. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, and I say the same with the people that are going around with them nappies on and the rest of it. Yeah, you're showing the fact that you're stupid. So now you're not going to admit it, though, because cognitism. Well, you're the loser for it, guys. Because until you admit that you've fucking been made stupid, you're not going to be able to fix yourself. I'll tell you now, it's fucking hard. I'll tell you now, it's very fucking hard. Because once you admit it, you're going to realize some of the things that you've been doing have been very detrimental and caused harm and could have, you know, and you're going to feel a lot of guilt and everything else. And like I say, I can't forgive you for that. It's not, I can say, you know, it's okay and all this lot, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much somebody would have told me when people say, yeah, but you didn't know. Fuck off. I should have done. No one can tell you. No one can forgive you. You have to be able to forgive yourself. Right? That's as simple as that. It can't be any more simple than that. Doesn't matter how, you know, when you're upset, if someone gives you some words or whatever, does it really make you feel better? Does it really? No, it might fucking comfort you for a minute, but it's still going to be there to bite you back until you can forgive yourself. Yeah, it will fucking be there and it will niggle and eat away at you until you fucking have truly forgiven yourself. Yeah, but you'll have to be able to forgive yourself, and it's one of the difficult things out, because if you can't forgive yourself, you'll never be able to accept that the other people have been doing what they've been doing, because they was duped just like I was, just like we all was. Yeah, yeah. God will allow evil to expose and destroy evil by their own hand. They're cannibalistic, aren't they? Psychopaths are ruthless, you know. They don't give a flying frig for anything, mate. All they want is power. See, ultimately, yeah, individually you are the power, but the true power comes in unity. And this is why they can do what they do, because they've got a unity. Even though that bond of unity is because they fucking abuse children, and I mean in the sickest and the horrendous ways. This is why they've got that bond, because none of them dare speak out. None of them dare speak out because they're inner child. They've got no conscience, but they will. You listen. Just because you're not conscious doesn't mean you know that's your conscience will always come back. God sees everything. Everything you've ever fucking seen, tasted, touched, it's all in your conscious. Whether you're conscious of it or not, it's there, and it will come back to bite you. So these people that are done bad, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you know, people say about hanging them and all this lot. No, whoa. Mental, there is no worse pain in the world than mental pain. People kill themselves, remember, because of mental pain. How are these people going to become when they become conscious of what it is they've done? You know? And remember, like I say, you know, you never grew up in a lot of these people's shoes. So we don't know what a life they've had, why they have, you know, why they've abandoned their little child, and why their mind is completely how it is, infested and addicted to causing harm and getting a buzz out of hurting people, because that's all they've ever known, more than likely. Who knows? I don't know. It's not my fucking position to know. But at the end of the day, they are the ones that will have to answer for what they have done. I will have to answer for what I have done, and you will have to answer for what you have done. Yeah, and who you'll answer it to. You know, I hear people saying, God will be my judge. You will be your judge. Mark my words, you will be your judge. We're all our own worst enemy. Yeah, we're all our own worst critique, our own worst judge. And I'm telling you now, you will be your own judge when you take that one step inwards and admit to the truth that you've been duped, admit to the truth that you actually know nothing. Yeah, only the facts tell the truth. You know, anything that comes out of people's mouths, it's just an opinion, unless you can substantiate it, yeah, by giving the corroboration of the fact. Other than that, it's just hearsay, you know. And this is what all it comes down to, really, guys and girls. You know, this is all it comes down to: being truthful to yourself. Are you going to take somebody's word for it? You're going to take their word for it. What, a policeman comes up and he's going to and you're going to take his word for it? What, you're not going to ask him to substantiate their claim? What, you're going to sit into this building that you think's a court, and you're going to call this guy your honor, and you're going to give him some, and you're going to listen to what he's saying to you without even questioning it, where did you get your authority from? Where did law come from? You know, where's the man or woman that I've caused any harm to? Where's the victim? You know? Well, because it's interfering with my feed again. You know, this is what I mean. Facebook is just a disgrace. But I am recording this on my end on Zoom this time. I did a live feed earlier, but you know, Facebook's not being very kind. You know, and it seems like every time I talk about some, you know, particular, you know, but at the end of the day, guys, realistically, yeah, you've got to give your head a wobble. You know, do not accept anything. You know, stay as king. Yeah, anybody who makes a claim carries the duty. He's down duty bound to provide the material evidence to substantiate that claim. Otherwise, you can tell him to fuck off. You know, you're saying what? You're saying what? I did what? Fuck off. When did you wait? Prove it. I did what? Prove it. Prove it. He said what? Did he? Prove he said that. Where's his affidavit? Where's his affidavit? You know, under the penalty of perjury. I don't have to rebut anything. You know, words can deny it. No, I didn't. You know, it's simple as, yeah. Oh, made an affidavit. Oh, I've got to do a little bit more than just deny it now. I've got to now rebut it now. Okay, then let me have a read. Okay, then. Not only do I rebut it now, so if they made claims now, yeah, that means that, because that's under the penalty of perjury, guys. That's under the penalty of perjury. If they've made a claim against you and it's a lie, that's perjury. So I said to the coppers, like, I can't say you owe me £1 million. Can't go round to someone and say you owe me £1 million. You're going to say, fuck you, prove it. No, I don't. No, you're not even going to say that. You're going to say, no, I don't owe you £1 million. And fuck you for slandering. I'm going to get you done now for making false accusations. And that's the point, isn't it? No one's making any counterclaims on these motherfuckers. There's only the Baron did. Baron David Wood, he stuck it, because at the end of the day, remember, if a policeman, if he perjures, if he tells a lie and he's in office, that's malfeasance in office. If he's giving out false information, that's fraud. He's being a criminal. Speaking code to override the bots, yeah. Well, there is that as well. I don't think I'm trying to not say anything, because I wanted to put this up on YouTube. I don't think I've said anything that's because I remember I've got all the usual scumbags on there waiting to try and pick out to get my channel shut down. But hey, I've still got library and or whatever it's called, the other one. But anyway, it's 20 past. I'll be getting going in a second. So yeah, the main point here is if someone's going to make a claim, you are now so with philotimo, Despiano, you'll understand what philotimo is. Yeah, it's the love of honor. Now with philotimo, you'll care for this is the love thy neighbor. You'll love thy neighbor. You wouldn't want to see your neighbors being hurt or anything. You wouldn't want to see your neighbors being lied to or deceived. You would do something about it. You would make it. Well, listen, don't forget to love yourself as well, and remain in honor for yourself, because you have to remain that honor. So if somebody's going to make a claim against you, you make sure that they produce the material evidence to substantiate that claim. And if they're in office, that's malfeasance in office. We've got to put the counterclaim against them. Yeah, it happens when you get passionate. Yeah, I'm chilling out now because, like I say, Despian, I've not been good. I took bad. I was my liver was my eyes were yellowing, and I've just took a bit of time out, or just reduced. But I've been going down to the beach every day. I've been doing some grounding, doing some swimming, and getting some vitamin D. So just to keep myself back as I am. Can we do the same thing with the banks? Because what they do to us, is that not fraudulent? Absolutely. The biggest problem that we're gonna, the biggest the biggest challenge is how we word what we word, and it's how we command these people to. Because remember, they're providing service. Yeah. Any of these, yeah. And I'm not saying I've got the answers. What I'm saying is, it's an obvious factor to me now, which is very, very simple. As Mark Christian was saying about the different planes, yeah. A person is a dead entity, so he's on a lower. He's a mask. He's an actor's mask. It's a dead entity. It's in a box, yeah. So the actors are the same. By actors, what I mean is a man acting as a police officer, a man or woman acting as a judge, a man or woman working in the bank, whatever it is, yeah. It's the man or woman, yeah, that the man, I the man, or you the man, or you the woman, must speak as a man to man. Man to man is on the same geometrical level playing field. And you must give them the opportunity, yeah, to answer you under the freedom of information of law, not the act, freedom of information, yeah, to be open and honest, give you an absolute open and honest, truthful answer. And remember, when you're asking these questions, to the questions that when you're giving a command, or you're requiring an answer to certain things, they must answer you honestly under the penalty of perjury. You must ask them this, because you're telling them under the penalty of perjury in their private and individual capacity as a man or woman that's acting as, I'm not really bothered what they're acting as, you're asking them as a man, yeah, they're in a position, yeah, and they're acting as that, and they've got a duty, and there's a certain amount of knowledge that they must know, because they're in a position. in that position, they are, if they're in that position, they must know the answers to give you. And if they fail, they're either, it's a delegating of duty, because they're not knowledgeable enough in their duty. They should know these questions. So either way, they're gonna have to go and find the answers for you, even if they don't. Okay, some people may not know, but it's still their duty to go and get you the answer to whatever answers you're asking. They must provide it, and they must provide it under the penalty of perjury. So they must tell you the truth. You see, because once they've given you an answer back, and failure to answer, remember, because it's like a contract you're writing up to them. It's like a lien process you're asking them. Failing to answer is an answer, because that means that they shouldn't be in that position. They're taking falsified money. They're taking a wage every week, and they're not even fit for purpose. So get the fuck out of the job. Thank you. Jog on, monkey boy. Who the hell are you? You're saying you're in this position, you're not to know these answers. Why won't you answer? Give me the answer. And if you're failing to give me the answer, and if they give you a lie, if they tell you a lie, you've got it in paper, in writing, with their wetting signature. You want it back as a fact, that you're asking it back off them as a fact. If they give you back that answer, then they've given you a lie. You've got the proof. You've got the proof for them. And that's where you've captured them. See? I know we've still got the struggles with the courts and everything else, but ultimately it's the same again with everything else, isn't it? You do the same then, provide that to a policeman to make the report, to go and arrest them for what they've done, because that's perjury, that's 10 years in prison, and then as you're reporting that to the policeman, it's the same process. You're just doing the same process. You're reporting that to the policeman, but you're holding him as the constable, because it's the constable that's sworn on the oath, not the actor. Not the policeman, not the police officer, not this PC fucking number, blah, blah, blah. That did not swear on the oath. It was the man, the physical man, that swore on the oath. So it's him that you're speaking to as the man, under the penalty, and put him under the penalty of perjury to do fucking exactly the same. And if they fail in their duty, then that's just another one. And you're going to keep going down the line. You're going to keep catching them. Sooner or later, guys, we've got them. Because either way, you've got the evidence. You don't need to say he lied. It says, this says he lies. It's not your words, remember, because it's now I can substantiate my claim. Because we never make a claim, remember. We do not make claims. We stay as king. We stay as king. And the only time we ever make a claim is when we've got the fucking supporting evidence that is required, the material evidence to substantiate that claim. Nothing they can do then, guys. Because we're being correct. We're in honor. We are the ones that are in honor. They are the ones that are in dishonor. There is a wrong being committed. The maximum law states, that any wrong that's been committed, a remedy has to be provided. Bingo. Never use a signature, autograph for a living man or woman, all rights reserved, copyright, copy claim. There you go. This is what it's all about. See, you can't go as a fiction, because a fiction is a dead entity. A fiction has not got a voice. You've got all these people out there saying all this, like, we need people. We need people. People are living men and women. And these people are still walking around and they haven't got a clue the fact that they're walking around as the birth certificate and they're still answering to the all caps guys. You have to see it for what it is. It has to, because, a corporation, you imagine, like I was saying to you, you write into fucking LLC, whatever it is, DVLA. Who the fuck's DVLA? I'm writing to a brick wall. I'm writing to a brick wall. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, guys? Yeah? You see where I'm coming from, this? And that's what Mark Chris has put out. I mean, it's just a common sense, because if you're on a level playing field, you can't be a dead entity. You can't be a dead entity speaking to a man, and you can't be a living man speaking to a dead entity, because you're going to miss it either way. So it's got to be man to man, woman to woman, man to woman, woman to man, not anything other than that. And have them in their private individual capacity to answer what your commands are, what your requirements are, under the penalty of perjury in their individual capacity. Simple. So that to me made perfect sense. So when I've seen all the other people doing these things and why they're not getting anywhere, is because you can't be heard. Yeah, but I'm going as a man. But are you going as a man speaking to the man? I wrote to Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson's the actor's name because it's Alexander Boris de Freffel Johnson. That's the man's name. That's the man who swore on the oath. Boris Johnson didn't swear on any oath. He can't hear you. He can lie to you. He doesn't give a shit. It's the man that's going to give a shit because it's him that's going to be held accountable. Fuck the fiction. The actor has got actor's immunity, guys. You know, just like the judge. You know, when you see the judge having judging immunity, the judicial immunity. Why has he got immunity? Because, you know, again, a court is a level playing field. The judge is sitting on a different level. The judge was never in the court. You have to bring him back down to, you have to create joinder with the judge. So it's my own competitive witness, my word against you, man against man, not fucking man against actor. Yeah? Jump back on, had a call, typical laugh out loud. We'll catch up. World's gone nuts. Zombies all around us. Yeah. Thinking about it, why can't we just put number plates on our cars saying private trust? You don't have to have number plates or anything on your car, Frank. You don't have to anything on you. You don't have to any number plate whatsoever on the car. Remember, it's the. I mean, the thing is on that, yeah. It's doing it. Number one, but before you do it, make sure you've got all your ticks in line. Make sure you've got all your things that you've got, because you know you're going to go through the process. You know they're going to come in. It's not the policeman's fault. Well, it is, because they are in a position to know the law, but they don't. You know, so ultimately, you know, you've got to be all right with these. I mean, and these policemen, yeah, that bear in mind. I've told you. I mean, when the police wanted me to work for them, yeah, remember they were saying like fox to the hounds. This is the mentality of the police. It's the same with the military. The military have a similar same basis, yeah. You know, they're worth 10 civilians and all this lot, yeah. It's a mentality. It's the way they've been programmed. Remember, they're just men and women like me and you. Right? These policemen are men and women like me and you. Yeah, and you know, there's many men and women out there that look at them all walking around with masks and doing what they're doing, and going around telling people that they should have the jab, and going around telling people that they should wear the mask, and you should have a test, and you know, you can't come and work for my company unless you've had the jab, and all this stuff. This is what I'm trying to say. Who's saying that? Who's got their arm up the back? Nothing. It's their fucking fear, because why? They haven't got a clue who they are. They don't know that they are the power. Hang on, motherfucker. Did you not see that guy? There was a guy in California. He's put up signs. You have to prove that you've not been vaccinated, and no one is allowed to wear a mask in his restaurant. And then you look at all the newspapers and what they're doing to him. Man. Disgusting, mate. And this is the point. And this is why I believe John Patterson couldn't see it, because they were all in on it. Because they were all in on it, John couldn't see it. He couldn't see that his lawyer, the judge, the CPS, the police, they were all in it, worked together on him. Same as the doctors and the fucking prison, all worked it together. None of them supported him, the man. But John didn't stand as the man. He didn't get that. He didn't understand. He didn't understand. He didn't overstand and have his standing as a man, in the sense as knowing how he was being deceived by that legal fiction. He didn't realize that he was answering to being a dead man, therefore never had a voice. He didn't get this trickery. Do you mean I haven't got a voice? You can hear me? Yes, John. And I can hear you as a man, and I'm not here deceiving you. I don't think you're a person, but it's not me that it matters, is it? It's what those dirty bastards are doing to you. I'm not too sure, Despy, on that, but I do believe is that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. From what I've heard is that. I won't, because he's asked me to stay, so I'll stay away from it. He's going his own way. This opt-out of organs when you pass away, I think it is a dangerous road to go down, because before we had opt-out, it's so the way I see it now. Government are contracting us without consent. They will try it with next. What I'll say to you is this. I lost my brother to the hospitals. This is what, remember, when the first thing that I woke up was through understanding what the pharmaceutical company is and what the hospitals are and what the doctors are. That's why you've always heard me say, keep the fuck away from them goddamn places. They're evil. They are the devil's playgrounds. They fucking killed my brother, okay? They killed my brother, yeah, pure and simply because they fucking obviously had someone for his organs. So on the organ donor card, yes, you have to opt out. See, the thing is, you see, they're taking you as the commodity because they created and they own what they create. People are going in as the legal fiction. They own you because they're taking the salvaging you. They're salvaging the living body because of the fucking name. Dirty bastards, dirty bastards, dirty bastards. I say it 3 times because I know they're listening. That's what they're doing to us, yeah? And you'll see that in the Monty Python sketch, in the organ donor sketch on the Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, it shows you. It shows you what they're doing to the people. They're taking. Do you know what? Also, I've heard many stories, yeah, that when they've taken people in, yeah, in comas, yeah, to harvest their organs, because they don't put nothing, they don't do anything, because they've got to take the organs out of you alive. Because on that Monty Python sketch, so I've come around for your organs, come around for your kidneys or your liver or whatever it was. He said, but I'm not dead, yeah? He said, don't matter, you sign this. And they go and fucking chop him up and ripping all his guts out and all this, like he's screaming and shouting. Well, I'm telling you now, I mean, God for fucking, you know, I pray that my fucking brother never woke up on the table as they was fucking cutting him to pieces, them evil bastards. Yeah, I pray that he never woke up. Yeah, but they took him in as brain dead. He fell through a church roof. They took him, you know. So this is a guy who's fell through the church roof, yeah, hitting his head on the radiator down. He was in a fucking coma. They said he was brain dead. How can he be fucking brain dead? He'd been dead. His fucking brain's dead. He's dead. There's no such fucking thing as brain dead. You're either fucking dead or you're alive. If your brain's fucking still going, your body still fucking works. They said he was fucking dead and they fucking took him in and harvested his organs. So what I'm saying is, yeah, they go in and they don't give you no medication. They just fucking take him out. They cut you open and fucking, that's you, game over. You know? And there's been, I've heard stories, there's many people woken up while they're having their fucking stuff taken out of them. So yeah, like I say, I mean, I had a shocker to wake me up when I understood what the bastards had done to my mother and my brother. And like I say, and now, if you ain't seen it, what's going on in this world right now, and I've been trying my hardest to say, keep the fuck away from these hospitals, keep the fuck away from vaccines. I told you what I cried my fucking eyes out when I realised what's in these bastard things and what I'd done to my own son by taking him down there and sitting him on my knee. You know, fortunately enough, there was no obvious reaction, but I know that I've done damage. And I know the damage has been done to me by fucking having vaccines, because I know what's in these goddamn things. You know, and I know what these evil, sick, fucking sorcery, scumbag poison makers that call themselves pharmaceutical industries are. And I know what they're doing to everybody out now. And I know what they've done in years gone by. I know what they've done to people that have brought the true health and true you know, I won't say cure, because cure is not the real thing. We're saying it, that have healed people and made things to heal people. I mean, Royal Raymond Rife was an eye opener for most of you. If none of you know who Royal Raymond Rife is, he should be more famous than fucking Einstein, mate. What Royal Raymond Rife did for the world. And I tell you what, that's when you start seeing things like on Star Trek, you know, and they had that little fucking device. I remember him saying, like, I remember it was the thing that stuck in my head as a kid when I was watching Star Trek, and I forget what the doctor was. Doctor, anyway, forget what the doctor's name was, but I remember him like, and he was like, he had this little device, and he used to go on the arm. It was working on the arm. I think it was a cut or something. You know, doing all this, like, and he said, like, those hospitals, they're barbaric. Telling you, plain as day, telling you that our hospitals that we've got are fucking Satan's playground, mate. Satan's playground, I'm telling you. They're fucking Satan's playground. And I speak from the heart because of the knowledge that I've seen firsthand, though, what I've looked in my research. Like I say, you know, to bring somebody out of the trance that we've all been put under, it's got to be something big. That was fucking big, and that was painful. To know what they've done to my mum, to what they've done to my brother, to know what I've done to my fucking self, my own son. You know, these things, fucking hell, mate. Fuck. I'm going to bring myself to tears if I carry on. So I'll end it at that anyway, because it always fucking hurts me when I start thinking about that. But yeah, butchers in hospitals. Well, the truth's going to come out. I don't know if you've seen that case. Oh, Despina. If you look on my Despiana, look on my profile. I've pinned it to the top. There's a Greek lawyer. I'm talking about. I'm quite liking this guy. Yeah, and if you know me, you know I don't like lawyers. Yeah, but this guy I quite like. Right? Look at what he's doing, mate. I'm going to have a listen to what he's been doing. So he's just filed a 4,311 page lawsuit and against, I think there was 69 hospitals where he's exhumed the bodies. He's done it right. He's done it perfect. He's caught them out so that they've got no immunity. He's caught the lawyers out that was defending these fucking doctors. You know, he's got them all, mate, all the way to the top, even to the president of Greece. And this will go on. I mean, he had 80,000 hits, 80,000 friend requests on fucking Facebook. Yeah, they shut his account down. Facebook, yes, Fakebook. Yeah, they're all in on it, guys. They control the whole lot. This is why it's so big. The reason why they can do it is because they're all in on it. This is why they tricked John, because they were all in on it. All willfully, knowingly knew damn well what they was doing to it. Yeah. Knew full well what they was doing to John, and they fucking still do. And so does that doctor, and so does all the heads of the National Health Trust, because they've all been given the information. These are all puppets. You know, it makes me wonder, are they all paedophiles too? What is the bond? Is it just the money? Is it just the money? Is it? We know the bar associated with a little black card for the money. That's what it is. That's their God, guys. That's their God. They don't believe in God. Their only God is that fucking ka-ching money in their back pocket. That's their God. Just like most people out there. That's their God too. Great light, mate. Not allowed to comment. Love you, bro. Oh, nice. Oh, you messaged me. Are you watching, are you? Nice one, buddy. Anyway, on that note, I feel you. We're on the same wavelength for all mentioned. I am glad you are healing, looking after you. Yeah, I'm a lot better, mate. I was down. You know, the nurse told me, not the nurse, the homeopath, beautiful lady, Greek lady, really intelligent, and she knew, you know, she was nothing to do with the hospital. She was a reflexologist. She does a lot of things, other things as well, but she knew. She read me. She said, you don't let things out. You've allowed the emotions to attack your own self. You're attacking your own self, your liver, you know, your eyes and all this lot. She says you need to come away from the bit, go and get sun, eat more fresh fruits and all this lot. So I've done what's I've basically listened to what she said, and you know, yeah, I've got white eyes again. Got white eye. Honestly, it was horrible when I saw it. It was like quite bad. The reason why I was first bad, because I was like, I'd like blockage. I had blockages. I couldn't eat. Every time I ate, I just couldn't eat. But anyway, no, I'm bang on. I'm back to Normski. I hope I haven't sworn too much on this one. I hope I haven't said anything that gets it taken down. I would like to share it out on YouTube and whatever. I guess I'm gonna have to try and build myself back up again, like, you know. But yeah, I'm mended. But I'm still going swimming. She said to do it till September. So you know, to break it off, like. But you know, I can assure you. And it's, by the way, guys, it was 46 degrees here today. Just so that you know. You know, you're all saying like, "Oh, it's shit and cold here." Well, it's red hot here. I saw everybody in England saying like, "Oh, I've got to get an air conditioner and all this." Like, it was only 30 degrees. You know. So anyway, I love you and leave this. 15 I got up to. I don't know if I got any higher than that, but I got up to 15, so that's not too bad, is it really? So God bless you all. Have yourselves a beautiful day, and remember, all I'm saying to you is, yeah, don't take anybody's word from it. Don't take anybody's fucking what they're saying. If they're making claims, mate, hold them to account. Make them prove it. Yeah, make them prove it. Yeah. Fires breaking out in Greece near Athens. Yeah, I've heard some of that. Like, I'm not too sure. I've not really looked at it, like, but yeah, I have heard that. But yeah, but seriously, anybody who's making a claim, that's it, mate. They've made a claim. So remember, don't you make a claim. Not unless you've got what it takes to substantiate it. Okay? No claims unless you can substantiate it. Yeah? And remember, anybody who makes a claim, make them substantiate it. And hold them under the penalty of perjury, yeah? In their private individual capacity to give you the answer as a man to man, or a woman to woman, or man to woman, or woman to man. Not as the actor. Yeah? And don't be going as the person. If you don't understand what your legal fiction is, there's loads of videos out there. Yeah, I know most of you do, but if you don't, do look into it, because it's a matter of life and death, literally. Because if you're pretending to be the legal fiction because you think you're it, you are actually dead. You're actually calling yourself dead. Yeah, not in my eyes, but in the bastards' eyes that are tricking you. Okay, that's why they did it. God bless. Keep smiling. Bye-bye for now.